Good morning and welcome to this week's very special news conference during which we are celebrating Welcoming Week 2022. We will start with the Welcoming Week proclamation, which I'm going to ask Olivia to come up here and join me while I present this. So we're recognizing Welcoming Week in the city of Erie, a place where we belong. Whereas our city's success depends on ensuring that all Erie residents feel welcome here. New residents are a vital part of our community. They bring fresh perspectives, new ideas, starting new businesses, and contributing to Erie's rich cultural diversity, which we all value. Whereas we honor the spirit of unity that brings neighbors together across all of Erie. By working together, we can achieve greater prosperity and make our community the kind of place where diverse people from around the world will feel valued and want to put down their roots. Whereas, regardless of where we are born or what we look like, we are all residents of Erie, united in our efforts to build a much better community. We recognize everyone's contribution in helping foster our vibrant culture and our growing economy. We have this opportunity to come together and build a community where every resident can feel welcome and experience a real sense of belonging. Now, therefore, I, Joseph E. Schember, Mayor of the City of Erie, hereby proclaim from September 9th to September 18th, 2022, as Welcoming Week in Erie. During this Welcoming Week, I invite all Erie residents to join this movement of communities nationwide by renewing our commitment to our core American values and by taking in the spirit of welcoming. So I'd like to, let's continue to make Erie an inclusive place for everyone. That's very important. So I'm going to present this, and Olivia, you can just stay right up here for a minute if you want. The city's new, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. We have some of our partners here with us today, obviously here on the stage with me. To learn more about Welcoming Week 2022 in Erie, we'll hear first from Welcoming America's Midwest Regional Manager, Olivia Heibach. Olivia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mayor Schember, city officials, and Nikan Astari-Carpenter for inviting me to the press conference today. My name is Olivia Heibach, and I serve as the Midwest Regional Manager with Welcoming America. I work with communities across the Midwest, but I'm proud to say that Erie is the place I call home. The theme of Welcoming Week this year is where we belong, and I know my family, like countless others, has found a place to belong in Erie. Across the United States, communities can look to Erie, a certified welcoming city, as an example of meaningful belonging. Erie is a community that has prioritized fostering inclusion and belonging amongst all residents. The theme of this year's Welcoming Week is so appropriate when we consider the ongoing work in the city of Erie and the emphasis that the city has placed on belonging. Across the globe, communities will be celebrating Welcoming Week with events, proclamations, and opportunities for residents to come together and transform places into spaces where meaningful belonging is accessible to all. I'd like to extend our deepest appreciation for the work that the City of Erie does every day toward immigrant inclusion. Thank you for all that you do. And I'll turn it back to Mayor Schember.
Thank you, Olivia, and we really appreciate all you do to help us do this. The city's new American liaison, Nikan Astari-Carpenter, and her former interns have reached out to our community partners to help celebrate Welcoming Week 2022 in Erie. Let's hear more about it now from Nikan. Nikan?
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, thank you for the Welcoming Week proclamation, Mayor. It really means a lot to me. Our sense of belonging is tied to the places and spaces in which we live, work, and rest. This sense of belonging is what motivates us to build a greater we, because we all know what it means to not belong somewhere, right? When we have experienced that feeling, that situation, we are even more empowered and motivated to help foster a sense of belonging. Truly, welcoming places are grounded in the welcoming values and practices of government leadership, civic engagement, equitable access, connected communities, education, economic development, and safe communities. And this year, to celebrate Welcoming Week, we have this special Welcoming Week press conference where you hear the mayor read the Welcoming Week proclamation. We also partner with First Erie Art Museum, which will be hosting 3 events. Second, with One Table and the Cathedral of St. Paul, which will hold the Story Circle with One Table. And third is the U.S. Federal Courthouse, which will host a citizenship ceremony. And you can find all of these events and Welcoming Week 2022 event across the globe, not only United States, through this link, welcomingamerica.org. I like now to invite Laura Domenczyk, the Executive Director of Erie Art Museum, to speak about events that are going to happen in Erie Art Museum during this Welcoming Week. Laura? Oh, Laura's over here. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Nikin. The Erie Art Museum is thrilled to partner with the City of Erie for Welcoming Week 2022. The museum's mission is to advance the visual arts in Erie for all ages and all people. We truly believe that museums are welcoming places for all and spaces where we can connect, reflect, and build dialogue. We are hosting 3 programs during Welcoming Week, including Second Sundays, our free family craft making activity from 2 to 4 on September 11th. We welcome you to see our current exhibition, Out of Many, Stories of Migration, which documents the journeys of many new Americans today through photography. We also invite you to Gallery Night, a citywide celebration of art, on September 17th, where we are proud to host new American musicians, Mustafa, Bilal, and Nabal at the museum. Thank you. We are proud to be your community art museum. Now I'll turn it over to the representative of One Table, Sarah Spear. Sarah?
Thank you, Laura. Greetings, everyone. My name is Sarah Spear, and I'm pleased to be here on behalf of One Table to tell you about an upcoming event we're hosting on Sunday, September 18th, called Story Circles. And I'm with Reverend Melinda. We are both part of One Table. Erie prides itself on being an inclusive and welcoming community that celebrates diversity. However, truly listening to others for understanding and developing relationships across differences is rarely simple or an easy process. Story Circles provides a structure for learning more about one another, and given the ongoing societal divide that fractures our communities, Story Circles is a simple process that attempts to create what Martin Luther King called a beloved community. His full quote is, "Our goal is to create a beloved community, and this will require a qualitative change in our souls as well as a quantitative change in our lives. To build bridges with others requires building relationships with others." Story Circles offers a framework to build relationships through intercultural dialogue as a way to bridge our communities that are separated by differences, such as race, religion, income, ethnicity, culture, age, and language. The Story Circle on the 18th will be focusing primarily on building community building and cultural exchange, and is open to anyone between the ages of 16 and up who is interested in learning about others and sharing one's life experiences in a specific cultural context. While this is our initial Story Circle, One Table hopes to continue hosting these kind of events on a regular basis with a wide variety of participants, facilitators, and in partnership with other community organizations and institutions. Since this experience is a dialogue, we have to limit the number of participants. So we need folks to register. To register, please follow the link that's shown on your screen and the flyer that's attached, hopefully that's visible to you out there. Thank you so much, and now I'll turn it back over to Nikin. And just make sure that the Story Circle is on the 16th at the Cathedral of St. Paul. The 18th. The 18th, Sunday the 18th, at 134 West 7th Street, across from the Erie Courthouse. Okay, thanks. I'll turn it back to Nikin.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Dean Melinda. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the events that will happen during this Welcoming Week 2022 is a citizenship ceremony on Friday, September 16, 2022. Mayor and I always attend the citizenship ceremony. We typically have 10 ceremonies throughout the year. And fun fact, we have more than 100 or 105 to be exact country of origin in Erie. And every time I attend the ceremony, it reminds me why I do the things that I do right now. Many people have brought me here and made me who I am today, so thank you. And for those of you who are not native Erie, if you can see my shirt, it said, "You are welcome here." So I will turn it over to the mayor for his closing remark. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Nika, and thanks to all our presenters. This was a great presentation today, and I hope everybody really enjoys the next 10 days coming up here. So as we celebrate this Welcoming Week, let's look more closely at the spaces and systems in our community and explore ways to make them more welcoming for everyone, including immigrants and refugees. Thanks again to Nikin, to Welcoming America, and to our incredible partners, the Erie Art Museum and One Table as well. That concludes this week's press conference. Everyone who spoke is now available for interviews. Please follow us on social media for the latest updates on everything that is happening in the city by searching City of Erie, PA on all major platforms. Thanks again for watching, everyone.